College Football Week 1 Review, LSU, Tulane soar while Arch, Bama falter. In today's college football, you can get rich quick and you can get poor quick. LSU ranked near the bottom in the SEC in most defensive categories a year ago. A year later, the Tigers look the part of one of the fastest, best defenses in the SEC, if not the country. LSU ranked near the bottom in the SEC in most defensive categories a year ago. A year later, Brian Kelly's team looks the part of one of the fastest, best defenses in the SEC, if not the country. Garrett Nussmeier is one of the top 5, make that top 3 quarterbacks in the country. He may very well end up being the best this season, as was the case of Joe Burrow and Jayden in each of their second seasons with the Tigers. His vision, quick progression and excellent decision-making ability have improved markedly. That is what playing experience can produce with a player who has huge talent. The most impressive play by Nussmeier did not count. His drop-a-dime touchdown pass to Barion Brown was inappropriately overruled by a simply lousy replay decision. LSU totally outplayed Clemson and should have won easily, by as many as 17 points. Of course, a 7-point win will suffice. Nick Saban coached 230 games at Alabama. He had 4 losses to unranked teams during that stretch. Kalen DeBoer has coached 14 games at Alabama, and just lost his 4th game to an unranked opponent. Debate, discuss. In its last 10 games, Alabama is 5-5. Kalen DeBoer was a very good coach at Washington, but his results so far at Alabama will not suffice. 2 years ago, Florida State went unbeaten and got left out of the college football playoff. Last year, Florida State went 2-10. This year, the Seminoles opened with a convincing 31-17 win over Alabama as a 2-touchdown underdog. Following a legend is a very difficult task. It is not advised for most, though some have handled it well. Alabama is the best case study. Ray Perkins and Bill Curry tried to succeed Bear Bryant. Gene Stallings, the 3rd coach after Bryant, finally restored the Elephant Roar and won a national championship. Then, Mike Dubose, Dennis Franchione and Mike Shula disappeared in the wilderness before Saban arrived. DeBoer is quickly disappearing into the wilderness. His record is now 9-5 with the Tide after losing in Tallahassee. Dating to last season, Alabama has lost 3 of its last 4 games and is just 5-5 in its last 10 games. Then, there is Tulane. The Green Wave lost its top players to the transfer portal. Rather than brooding or swooning, John Sumrall got to work. With 60 new players, his Green Wave did not miss a beat, whipping Northwestern 23-3. Tulane will only get better offensively as Jake Retzlaff settles in, though receivers have to catch the football. Like LSU's, the Tulane defense was simply superb. The win snapped a 3-game losing streak which darkened another otherwise excellent season for the Green Wave in 2024. Willie Fritz did a great job of building a solid program and a winner. Sumrall is poised to continue that new tradition and actually has a chance to take it to the next level. As for Kelly at LSU, there is little doubt he has the talent to make the college football playoff. He has a team that could win the SEC. We all know the history. Nick Saban, Les Miles and Ed Orgeron each won a national championship within their first 4 seasons. Kelly is in his 4th season on a lucrative long-term contract. It is time to pay off that deal in lucrative fashion. Though it is very early, it is apparent that there is a substantive chance that LSU and Tulane can make the college football playoff. South Florida looked good and Memphis will be a real factor. The same is true of UNLV. Boise State was basically eliminated from the group of 5 playoff consideration. Of course, the nation's eyes were on the curious case of Arch Manning. The hype machine has been working overtime since he arrived on campus in Austin. He played well behind Quinn Ewers while he waited his turn. His first chance to run the team came against the defending national champion in one of the toughest environments in the country at the Horseshoe. It was not a good look. Manning was off the mark too much, did not push the ball downfield enough against a very good defense coordinated by Matt Patricia, and his mechanics were not sound with a lot of off-balance, sidearm throws. The social media blitz was predictable. The way overdone hype machine was greeted with the way overdone criticism machine. You've heard it all. Arch is the next coming of his grandfather and uncles. Arch is the surefire number 1 pick in the NFL draft. Arch is overrated, from a small high school which played less than stellar competition. Arch is simply a product of his name, not his actual playing ability. When it comes to quarterbacks, Garrett Nussmeier is the best pro prospect I saw Saturday. Clemson's Cade Klubnik is solid and has some mobility, but Nussmeier made better reads and made no mistakes. Manning is still a good pro prospect who will only get better with more playing experience. Perhaps not opening against an elite coordinator with a defense loaded with future NFL players on the road would have produced a different look and result. Moving on, it was a mostly good weekend for Louisiana teams. Even in a losing cause, Nichols played well at Troy, even leading in the second half before losing. Southern, Grambling, McNeese, and Northwestern State also won. Louisiana Tech shut out Southeastern Louisiana. Let's not get carried away with all of the above. It is just 1 week. The Ragin' Cajuns lost a close game to Rice where the offense was poor, but one game does not a season make. We can assume Nichols will win many more games. The Cajuns will rebound. We can all look forward to more surprises and answers from a long season to come.